Alright, ladies and gentlemen, episode 6 of Attack on Titan Final Season, Part 2. I think I'm just gonna go straight into it. I got nothing else to say. If you wanna see most of my discussions and my thoughts on not just the anime but the manga as well, check out the previous episode reaction where I talk in depth about what I think about the manga's ending and just the overall direction that Final Season Part 2 is going right now, which I am really enjoying so far. As always, there's going to be two versions of this video. If you want to watch the full-length timer-based reaction, there's a link in the description below, where you can just sync up your own copy of Attack on Titan with the timer. So if you want to watch the full episode with me, go ahead. Again, links in the description. I guess without any further ado, let's watch the episode. I've rewatched the previous episode like 100 times already. I don't have a problem with them being in still shots. My only problem is that Eren is still, but minor nitpick. I hope manga readers don't just, dip and left after the previous episode and just don't watch the rest of the season, but like there's still a lot of great moments that have yet to be animated. Some of my favorite chapters too. Oh, we're still. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, what about the subjects of Ymir that are not in Paradis, right? Ooh. Reiner.
連れ去られたんだ。誰に？なんで？ジャンとコニーだろう。ファルコほど重要な存在をほっとくわけがない。阻止できなかった。エレンに世界は滅ぼされる。
Again, the atmosphere, the apocalyptic feel to it, really well done.
お父さんもお母さんもカリナおばさんもみんな死んじゃうんでしょ。
そうだ。
エレンを殺して止めないと。
Ooh, Gabi's voice acting there. Fuck me, those colossal titans look good.
奴らが消え去れば全ての遺恨も消え去る。俺たちの生存を脅かしてきた敵も全てぺしゃんこだ。外の連中が招いた結果であって、俺たちにはどうすることもできなかった。そうだろう。
度が過ぎている。前代未聞の大虐殺だ。
It is an unprecedented level of genocide, Armin.
エレンは俺たちを守るために壁外人類を犠牲にした。この大虐殺の恩恵を。
It's a choice between two evils, like.
俺たちだ。
お前らが大事だからだ。
Flashback into this scene. Yeah, remember that statement.
巨人が兵士と戦っている。マルヘを食い尽くしたのか。
その子をどうするの？
おそらくこいつはアギトの巨人を継承した。放っておくわけにはいかねえし。
いや、母ちゃんだ。ラガコ村の母ちゃんに食わせる。いいな。
Here we go.
俺の母ちゃんはどうでもいいってことか。
そういうわけじゃ。
俺がどう思ってあの母ちゃんがいる村に帰り続けたか、お前には分かんねえってのかよ。母ちゃん生き返らせるの止めんなよ。コニー。
Hey. And he's off. I always love this aspect in the manga when it comes to like a lot of people's like frantic and differences during the chaos. Like, people complain about Connie being irrational and everything, but if you put yourself into Connie's shoes, like, then yeah, I mean, it's perfectly understandable, like, despite what some may assume. Niles Titan? Fuck me. The new OST too in the back? This is one of my favorite parts in manga. What a redemption arc, eh? Are they gonna do the flash? Yep.
おい、あんたたち無事なのか。
その巨人を殺したのか。マーレから侵入したガチか。
Come on, Kaya.
違います。私たちは厩舎で一緒に暮らす家族です。Kaya.
Sticking up and defending Gabi till the end, despite it all. What a great way to showcase how the cycle of violence can be broken.
なんで私をかばったの？そっちこそ悪魔は私。私は人を何人も殺した。褒めてもらうために。それが私の悪魔。
そいつは俺の中にもいる。カヤの中にも誰の中にもみんなの中に悪魔がいるから世界はこうなっちまったんだ。
じゃあどうすればいいの？
森から出るんだ。
They are not playing this song. They're playing Barricades? Yes! I'm being... Oh, fuck me. Season 1 flashbacks. Oh, this is such a throwback for, from Season 1 and 2. They've only played this song once in season 2. I'm so happy right now. Oh, wow. I don't know why it's so nostalgic to me. This entire sequence right now, it just reminded me of season 1 and 2. Ah, fuck, I did. Fuck this episode. Playing with my nostalgia is. Fuck you. It didn't feel this way when I was reading the manga too. Louise. Mikasa saving Louise again? Oh, this sequence is... Oh, wow. Studio Mappa, holy shit. Louise got hit there. But yeah, talk about an increase in quality in terms of ODM gear animation. Oh god, why am I crying?
例の白チュームの話をしてくれ。エレンは 今何をしている？
Oh, that's right, Onyakamon isn't an Eldian. Totally forgot about that for some reason.
生きてたか。
ああ、心配してくれてありがとう。
That fucking grin. What are you thinking, Yelena? How do you feel right now?
ご無事で何よりです、ブラウスさん。
君たちも無事でよかった。しかしこの状況で呼び出してすまない。
私はただファルコを返してほしいだけ。
Yeah, about
そした
that.
ら私たちはどこかに消えるから。ねえ、レイイエーガーならコニーのお母さんを人に戻せるんじゃないの？始祖の巨人は何でもできるはずでしょ。
エレンはここでジークに巨人にされた兵士たちを人に戻してたと思う。
わからないなら頼んでみてよ、エレンに。どうしても島の外の人全員殺さなくちゃダメなの？
The desperation. The plea.
鎧の巨人の硬質化が解かれたのはいつ、どのタイミングで？
壁の崩壊と同時に。アルミン。
Armin's figuring it
言
out.
った。
There she is! I didn't expect this episode to be this emotional for me. Damn. Like... The only parts that was emotional for me when I was reading the manga was the whole Gabi development thing. Kaya seeing Gabi as Sasha for a moment, like when I was reading that in the manga, I was like, damn, this is great development. But everything else, including, you know, like Pixis dying and everything, like when I was reading it, I was like, yeah, this is sad and all, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Final Season Part 2 so far has been surpassing everything that the manga has created. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. Is it better than Part 1? Oh, most definitely. I mean, as far as adaptations go, Part 2 so far has been really, really well directed, well animated, and just well produced overall. Well, there you go. Episode 6? Yeah, episode 6. I'm sorry. Episode 6 of Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. I wasn't expecting, you know, for this episode to have like a really extensive discussion, if I'm being honest, because most of the stuff that I want to talk about has already happened and will happen later on. But this episode proves that Part 2 has been really, really well done. It's so cool. It's insane to think that that we are getting this level of quality from Studio Mappa. Part 1 has a lot of really great moments as well, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the one thing that it lacks is the action department. Part 2 so far, in terms of action, has been really, really well done. The direction, the pacing, solid work. This episode is no exception. But before we go deeper into that, let's talk about a bit about some of the things that is happening in the episode. Alright, so first things first. I love how we start the episode with Annie's father, and then we end the episode with Annie herself. I also love the if you remember the final episode of season 1, right? Episode, what was it, 25? Episode 25 was when Eren proclaims that he wants to destroy the world. And it's also the same episode, or at least during that time, it is the same moment when Annie decides to encase herself within the crystal. And I find it like it's a nice parallel when it comes full circle, right? So because right now Eren just declares that he is actually going to destroy the world for real, and it's also the same moment when Annie decides to, well, it's not Annie's decision really, but it is the same moment when Annie breaks free from her crystal. So like from a parallel perspective, I really love that moment and aspect. Again, love the idea that we start the episode discounting the recap. We start the episode with Annie's father, and then we end the episode with Annie herself. Kind of giving you, the audience, like this is subconsciously planting the seeds for the revelation towards the end of the episode. Because I feel like if you don't see Annie's father, you're not going to get a quick assumption of what Armin is talking about towards the end. Because now that we have an association that Annie's father has been shown in the start of the episode, I feel like most anime onlys, I mean, even if anime only saw the title of the episodes last week, they could get a pretty, like, most people would already understand what it's referring to. But even if you don't see the title of the episode, you can get a pretty basic understanding of what is about to happen when Armin was talking about towards the end of the episode. And this is also a question that a lot of people should be asking as well. If you're an anime only, what's gonna happen to everybody else who isn't in Paradis? Like, Eren basically decides that he wants to completely genocide the entire human race that is not on Paradis, right? So what about all of the Eldians, the subject of Ymir, that are outside the walls? You know, what about the people who are in Marley, in the internment zone? What's gonna happen to them? It's a question that a lot of us in the manga community has been asking when these chapters were being released, and it's also a question that is being questioned by the characters themselves in this episode. Gabi, asked, like, can't Eren just destroy the military installations? Can't he just, not harm civilians and the innocents? It's a very complicated and multi-layered problem that at the end of the day, nobody is going to be right or wrong when it comes to this situation. Like, even if you defend Eren, even if you are against Eren, both sides are going to have like a really great what's the word I'm looking for? Both sides have like the same kind of defense when it comes to their perspective, right? So again, I mentioned it in the episode reaction. This is essentially a choice between two evils. Who are you? It's, because you're basically stuck between, because it's hard, because if you are going to be going forward with Eren's plan, which is flawed, it's a flawed plan. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's a flawed plan. Zeke's plan arguably is better, if I'm being honest. But Eren, doesn't want that to happen. He still wants life to flourish, for the people of Paradis, which is why, again, it's a choice between two evils. Do you want to save Paradis and sacrifice the world, or do you want to save the world and sacrifice Paradis? You can't really make a good decision on this, because, again, it's a moral dilemma, and I can't wait for anime onlys to see this dilemma being explored in the future. Some things are done really well, in my opinion. Other stuff I feel like should have been more fleshed out. That's just me trying to dive deeper into the manga, which I don't want to do because I don't want to spoil and ruin expectations for anime only. Just know that things are going to get really wild from here on out, and there's still a bunch of great moments, and there's still a bunch of great scenes coming later on. Love this little dynamic that we finally get between Reiner and Gabi again after part 1, because it's been like a pretty long time, and now they're finally being reunited. Not the reunion that they were hoping for, obviously, because the world is ending. But I love that after we have spent some time with Eren again, we kind of go back to the quote-unquote Marlian side of things. We get to see more of Reiner's perspective again, because remember, like, Reiner for a time was the main character for part 1, you know, for like the Marley arc for most of that episodes, and seeing, you know, Reiner again, kind of again showing that protagonist mentality, you know, like everyone's a hero in their own world, you know. And I love the fact that Reiner is actually being considerate with Gabi. You know, he wants Gabi to be safe, but Gabi, unfortunately for Reiner, has some character development. She doesn't want to leave. She wants to save Falco, and she learns and she knows that there aren't devils in Paradis, or at least in this sense, everybody's a devil. There's a devil inside all of us. Fucking loving the aesthetic and the apocalyptic feel. Again, it's something that I've already mentioned in the previous episode. Just wanted to let it out again in this episode. The color design, the hellish doomsday is near vibe is real, and I love it. Being honest, never really imagined this very red when I was reading the manga, but upon watching the anime, I'm like, yeah, I feel like there's no other way. This is the perfect direction in terms of the art and the use of color for the rest of Final Season Part 2. I want to talk a little bit about this because this is something that just clicked on my mind. In this entire sequence, or like in this scene in particular, right now it somehow reminded me of when in Season 3 Part 2, when Eren and Levi are arguing between who they want to save. Do they want to save Erwin, or do they want to save Armin? Because it is in a rooftop in Shiganshina, right? So I'm getting a similar vibe to this. Even though I am a manga reader, I personally did not get that kind of vibe when I was reading the manga, but now watching it in the anime, I'm kind of getting that vibe. Because, again, it is a choice, because Connie is basically Berthold in this situation, and I'm sorry, Falco is Berthold in this situation, and this is a problem and a dilemma that is being brought up by Connie himself. Like what I'm trying to say is basically what Connie is rambling about. This is again a choice between who should be safe and who should not be safe. Armin knows well the consequences and the whole weight and gravitas of the situation for Connie. Connie doesn't really know this as much as Armin, because Armin is the victim that became the person who was safe at the end of Season 3. Armin knows about this more than Connie. I feel like a lot of people should also kind of remember and acknowledge that fact. Connie wanting to save his mom is exactly kind of the same feeling that either Floch Levi or Eren when they wanted to save Erwin and Armin respectively. Armin knows that this is not an easy task. Armin knows that this is something that should be talked about and should be discussed further. Connie is being irrational in this sequence, and I totally get why he is irrational. If I was to be put into Connie's situation, honestly speaking, I may as well be acting just like Connie as well, because an opportunity is being presented right now, and you don't want this opportunity to go to waste. So again, loving the dynamic and just the difference in perspective when it comes to our squad. You know, like, what do you do in a situation where the world is coming to an end? You get irrational from time to time. Forget character development. You will be irrational when the world is fucking ending. This is just random, but thank you, Studio Mappa, for actually adapting and bringing life to the Saul Goodman Titan. This is such an Easter egg. I fucking love it. Saul Goodman is a character from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. The resemblance is there. It's in the manga, and now you can see it in all its glory in animated form. So, thank you. Adding on to the Gabi development, if one of you motherfuckers still hate Gabi, I will come and find you. No, I'm joking, but at this point, I'm just saying, if you still hate Gabi at this point, I don't know what to, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do, and I'm probably just going to ignore you for the rest of my life. Because Gabi's development has been really, really incredible. This is the payoff to Gabi's development. From here on out, Gabi is this character. A person who realizes and understands that there is no devils. And even if there are devils, it's inside all of us. We are all the same. Gabi saving Kaya, and Kaya looking at Gabi. Isn't this ironic? I mean, I love this moment, but there's such, I don't know what to call it, like there's such a poetic irony in this. Gabi killed Sasha, but in her greatest moment, Gabi became the person who she killed, and I don't know. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm trying to think of like better words to describe it, but I just fucking love this. Gabi killing Niall's Titan. That was Niall's Titan, by the way, guys. Rest in peace to Niall. Gabi killing Niall's Titan, saving Kaya. Kaya looking up to Gabi, and seeing Sasha in her is pretty sweet and really emotional. If you still hate Gabi, then I can see some people looking at this like an insult, but if you're one of the people who has been enjoying Gabi's character and her development throughout final season, this should be the moment where you realize that Gabi has fully grown as a character. Gabi and Kaya saving their asses with one another, the family backing her up, defending her, saying that she's part of the family, and then Niccolo ending this entire thing by saying we need to get out of this forest. Beautifully done. Fucking love it. This is great. And then they played this. First of all, I fucking love Barricades. That's one of my favorite OST in Attack on Titan. Second of all, seeing Shadis just completely in full-on amazing animation, just slicing a Titan. Fucking love it! This is such a throwback to Season 1 as well. How many years has it been? Almost 10 years? 2013 when Season 1 came out. Like, so many nostalgia. The nostalgia dopamine right now is just it's so good. This is such a great sequence. I fucking love it. Yeah, they did the sequence justice. I can't complain. This is great! Love the ODM shots, love the ODM animations in this episode. Rest in peace to my boy Pixis. You served as well. Oh, I didn't notice this, but I love the thick lines that they use for Pixis here. Reminds me of Season 1 of Attack on Titan. Again, nostalgia. Fucking love it. I hope people who hate Floch still hates Floch. You can't kill him. It's impossible to kill Floch. I don't hate Floch personally speaking. I kind of hate him when I was reading the manga, but he kind of grew on me a lot, and I just fucking love seeing him alive every now and again. But yeah, Floch still alive, still kicking it, still giving you that fucking smiling grin, and this is when you know, when the dust settles, kind of, and you're seeing the apocalypse kind of slowly like moving away from you. What do you do from now? Like, what's gonna happen next? Like, the politics of Attack on Titan is not something that you should ignore. It has been really strong since season 1. And this is when basically the political side of Attack on Titan gets fucking thrown overboard. Because, well, not thrown overboard, but goes out of control. Because we are now in a situation where the world is ending and we don't know what to do. The politics will get, you know, very a lot of emotion is going to be ruling the political side of Attack on Titan, because we got the Jaegerists, still got Marley still kicking about, and then we got our OG squad, and now Yelena and the Restorationists. Like, there's a lot of different factions in this current situation, and like their general perspective and like their general motivation is bound to change. And that is something that I feel like a lot of I mean, I can't speak for myself, but anime onlys, all I can say is this is when you should definitely need to pick a side. Even if you don't want to pick a side, this is the moment where a lot of our characters need to pick a side, because in one way or another, they need to find a way to stop Eren, and which side is gonna do it and which side is going to side with Eren. Something to think about for you anime onlys. Manga readers, please don't spoil it in the comment section below. Last but not least, of course, obviously, Annie being released, and that's the end of the episode. I already talked about this at the start of the discussion. Again, full circle. We're starting the episode with Annie's father, and then we end the episode with Annie herself. Now the question is, for you anime onlys, is how is this going to change the situation? Like, obviously the power balance is way up in Eren's favor right now, but how does this change everything? Not really, you know, like logically speaking, like what can she do? But let's just say congratulations to all of you Annie Sims. You finally get your waifu back. There you have it, folks. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2, Episode 6. Really enjoyed this episode a lot more than I was expecting. I did not think that Studio Map is gonna go all out in this episode. Surprise, but happy that they did. Hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you enjoyed the reaction, hope you enjoyed some of the discussion as well. If you do, hit the like, subscribe as always. Let me know in your thoughts in the comments. Anime onlys, I guess I need to say be cautious when you go to the comment section. Manga readers, please don't spoil it for anime onlys, please. I tried my best not to spoil it in the video, and then some of you may try to spoil it in the comment section. Come on. That's it for me. Hope to see you all next time for episode 7 of Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2 next week. Take care.